Hey guys, it's Becky with the good hair coming to you live from my kitchen. And you might be wondering, why are you filming in your kitchen? It's because according to misogynistic cretin Harrison Butker, yeah, that's his real last name, this is where I'm supposed to be as a woman, according to God's will. I'm sure he's gonna be butthurt that I also happen to not be barefoot, not be pregnant. I'm single, tokophobic, and child-free. And I'm also wearing this. So we know that that is gonna get him all sorts of butthurt, but I'm okay with that. If you are not familiar with who Harrison Butker is, he is a kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. And you might remember that team as the team who won the Super Bowl, along with Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce. And Harrison Butker gave a commencement speech for Benedictine College, which is a Catholic college. And this dude is also a Catholic. And he brought up Taylor and Travis, but didn't even mention their names. So if you're not familiar with this viral story, let's get into it. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed and also give this video a big thumbs up because that really helps me out. So I'm not gonna be standing in my kitchen for the entirety of this 20-minute speech that I wanna react to because ain't nobody got time for that. So I had to get out of the kitchen.
Get out of the kitchen, please. Get out of the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen.
Despite what Harrison Butker might say about that. But before we get into his speech, I just want to say that Harrison Butker's commencement speech at Benedictine College has the overall theme or message that people need to stay in their lane. The irony of a football kicker telling other people that they need to stay in their lane while he's about to lecture the women folk about where we need to be. So, not to bring up Laura Ingraham or anything, but
shut up and dribble.
Why don't you shut up and kick? Just a thought. Speaking of irony, I just wanted to give everyone a heads up that other people who have written articles and done commentary on this viral speech of Harrison's have rightly pointed out the fact that Harrison's mom is a physicist. So he's about to spew some misogynistic bullshit at us, but his own mom is an accomplished career woman. So just keep that in mind when we listen to Harrison's inspirational lecture and his mansplaining.
Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder.
So we're only a minute and 45 seconds into this speech, and he's already brought up abortion, surrogacy, IVF, and talking about degenerate culture. Oh my God. I mean, I get he's Catholic, but Jesus, come on.
Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally. He has been so vocal in his support for the murder of innocent babies that I'm sure to many people, it appears that you can be both Catholic and pro-choice.
The murder of innocent babies, here we go, because Catholicism. Ay. Dude, this is, number one, stay in your lane. Number two, this is a commencement speech. It's not a pro-forced birth speech. There's a time and a place, my friend.
Our Catholic faith has always been countercultural. The world around us says that we should keep our beliefs to ourselves whenever they go against the tyranny of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
It's insane that he feels brave enough to say that Diversity, equity, and inclusion are tyranny. Tell us you're a bigot without telling us you're a bigot.
Because as my teammate's girlfriend says, familiarity breeds contempt.
Look at that smirk. He is so proud of himself. My teammate's girlfriend. Who do you think he's talking about? He couldn't name his teammate or the teammate's girlfriend. That's hilarious. Like, what? He really thinks he did something there. What a douchebag.
When you embrace tradition, success, worldly and spiritual, will follow. I am certain the reporters at the AP could not have imagined that their attempt to rebuke and embarrass places and people like those here at Benedictine wouldn't be met with anger, but instead met with excitement and pride. Not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it.
And of course, now we have the homophobia and blatant bigotry with making fun of Pride Month and the LGBTQ community. So, great, super classy. I have no idea what article he's referring to about the AP. I don't know what the AP did that is so blasphemous in his eyes.
I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
This is one of the parts that has gone the most viral from his speech, understandably so. And I love the irony of a baby crying in the audience. Like, this dude sounds to me like Fred Waterford. If you know, you know.
Traditional values are at the core of everything we do here, including trade policy.
So these poor women who are graduating, all you're good for, ladies, you're just so excited to get married and have them babies. That's it. That's all you care about. He's sure of it. He knows you better than you know yourselves.
I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
So, of course, once again, this football kicker is mansplaining and making assumptions about what his wife thinks about her own life. And he assumes that she believes that she didn't have a life, period, until she became a wife and mother, until she got married and got knocked up. He knows her better than she knows herself.
That all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Oh, and of course he's freaking fake crying about it. Oh, the most important title of all, homemaker, barefoot and pregnant. I can't stand all the clapping. Yay, misogyny. Why are you graduating? Why did we allow you the right to vote, you dumb bitches?
I've seen it firsthand, how much happier someone can be when they disregard the outside noise and move closer and closer to God's will in their life.
I feel like I know what that means when he said that he's seen firsthand what happens when someone embraces God's will and that they're happier. He means know your place, bitch. Disregard what society says. I mean, society is giving us a lot of mixed messages. I mean, we're in a post-Roe v. Wade world right now, so society is still pretty much telling us what this piece of shit is telling us. So I don't know what he's talking about. But he's basically saying, know your role, get married, have babies, you're not allowed to work. Is pretty much what he's saying to the women folk.
Isabel's dream of having a career might not have come true. But if you asked her today if she has any regrets on her decision, she would laugh out loud without hesitation and say, heck no.
So he admits that his wife dreamed of having a career and didn't. She literally gave that up. She converted to his faith and got married, had babies, and is a homemaker, which makes him burst into tears. Fake tears, I'm sure. And he, again, is mansplaining and assuming that she has no regrets. Again, he is the man, knows way more about her than she knows herself. And he knows that she doesn't have any regrets.
There is nothing good about playing God with having children, whether that be your ideal number or the perfect time to conceive. No matter how you spin it, there is nothing natural about Catholic birth control.
Of course, as a Catholic, he had to bring up birth control and how evil it is to plan when and how many kids you want to have, if any at all. I mean, he would literally shit a brick if he found out someone like me existed who single, does not want kids. Evil, satanistic heathens running around, no mans, no kids. He would choke.
You are going to choke. You're going to choke. You are going to need your EpiPen to open up your airway.
To the gentleman here today, part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture, and when that is absent, disorder, dysfunction, and chaos set in.
What does he mean that men are not allowed to be in the home? Are men allowed to cook or clean? What does he mean? And I love that he says men set the tone for society. Yeah, that's because for all of history, it's been that way. Because women have not been allowed rights. And they've had to fight for those rights. And are still fighting for those rights. And in the United States, our rights are still getting taken away.
This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation. Other countries do not have nearly the same absentee father rates as we find here in the US, and a correlation could be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well.
So this sounds to me like he's playing into the racist, where the fathers argument we often hear about in relation to Black fathers. So that's nice. So of course he had to sprinkle in some racism into his speech, had to make sure he got that in there. And he's blaming absent fathers for violence in America. What is in America way more than in other countries? It couldn't be guns and rampant gun violence, because we don't have universal gun control in this country like other countries do. It couldn't be that. No, it's because of the fathers. Where are the fathers?
Sadly, I'm sure many of you know of the countless stories of good and active members of this community who, after graduation and moving away from the Benedictine bubble, have ended up moving in with their boyfriend or girlfriend prior to marriage.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Living with their boyfriend or girlfriend before marriage? Oh my God. Oh. Wow. They're living in sin. Oh. Heathens. They're going to hell.
This audience and this venue is the best place to speak openly and honestly about who we are and where we all want to go, which is heaven.
Good luck getting into heaven, buddy. Good luck with that. I don't feel better about where society is going because people like this exist, and that makes me very sad. Benedictine College posted the speech, so that's the link I'm going to provide, and they turned the comments off. I have no idea why. But you can listen to it for yourself if you like. Do you feel as nauseous as I am after listening to that garbage? Tell me down below. I will see all you heathens in my next video. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.